Hello YouTube family, James Green, short series Shenanigans. So we're out here in the garage tonight. Nice and quiet. No fan running, no air conditioner. The garage door is open, so you may hear ambient noise, who knows. It's late at night, and I typically do this stuff at night. I've had people say, you know, in the last video when I was doing some stuff and we were working on that other deal, this is when I usually do my shop work, guys. It's cool, it's quiet. The day's deal is done, and we're rested up. We had a lot of rest today. But anyway, so what we're doing is, this is going to be episode 1 of a multi-episode deal. We'll call this episode 1 of the drill press extension. So we had not only he's a fellow YouTube contributor, but also a viewer of the channel named Robert Runyon. Goes by Lord Vader on YouTube. You guys go check his channel out. I'm sure he'll comment in the description, or he'll comment in the comments. So, but anyway, so he reached out and says, hey, he has, from my understanding, a small Harbor Freight drill press. Now, this affixes to a base, and he does have a floating table, and then the top of the drill press mounts here and adjusts down. So you can see, because we're 18 inches long here, by the time he gets everything set up, he's very, very, very limited on his working space. So he reached out and says, hey, can you help me out? Can you make a longer one? I said, sure. So what we did is we went to our metal place, and rather than building it out of steel, for two things. Number one, I've got to be able to ship this back, because I want to do this the best way, the least expensive, but still maintain what we need to do, because, you know, weight costs money to ship. And so Robert, like me, he's a garage guy, he's a garage warrior. So I decided to, because I even built a tool where I was going to press this off, and this is some sort of cast material, cast steel, cast iron, not sure. Matter of fact, here's the I had it set up. I had a piece of metal I had cut down, you can see, to actually fit nice and actually fit right on top of the exact dimension of. This started to really bend. The idea was, let's just press this off and have it to where we can move this piece and others and set screws. This did not want to come off gently, so not a big deal. I thought, alright, well, you know, we'll keep this like it is so he can go back to his original configuration. So what I decided to do is we'll build it all out of aluminum. So we've got some 5-inch, this is 6061 T6 aluminum, got some 1-inch aluminum. This will end up being round when we get done. So I'll walk you through the process, and we're actually going to use our big coolant fed drill that we made the tool holder in. So that's going to be the demo. I haven't used it yet. So when you see me use it on camera, I'll go through the whole setup. I've never used it before, so when you see me use it on camera, it'll be live and unedited. So we'll walk you through that process. So what I did for the metal, instead of the pipe, because I couldn't find some pipe with dimensions that I wanted. So what we did was, and they sell a lot of it, and they were out of it. They had some 6061 aluminum. This is actually a drop. It's a 28-inch drop. So this will he wanted it 24. He's like, yeah, 28 will work. But we have to turn the whole diameter down because the table slides on the drill press. And so this is 2-inch. We've got to turn it down to 1-inch, 852,000, which is the diameter of that tubing. So yeah, I got to looking around, and the price of this versus steel or some DOM tubing, way cheaper to go this route. Plus it's 6061 aluminum. It'll work. And so here we go. Most of this video is, I'm just going to show you guys what we got. I've got a tool in here. It's a high-speed steel, and you know, a lot of people have showed these before. It's just a basic chip breaker into a toolbar, high-speed steel, lead angle, ground in, and so that's what we're going to use to get this down. So let's see how it does. I mean, we might have to change tools out, but this should be, you know, working in non-ferrous metals, having a positive rake, high-speed tool generally works pretty good. So we're at 2-inch, just over, extruded. Again, at 6061s, 28 inches long. we're gonna get it down, and then once we get over here, then we'll endo it, and we'll go ahead and take this other down. I'm gonna leave you guys back here, kind of let you watch what we got going on. And our favorite lube for doing WD is WD-40 here in the squirt can. Get this stuff out of the way here, because we're gonna be making a mess, I know. Go ahead and fire it up, and we're gonna be running 755 RPM. Let's go ahead and get started. We've already zeroed out our DRO ahead of time. Over here, you guys can't see it, I got the cover on it, but we'll go ahead and get started here. Let's see what we got. Haha. The lathe got moved in the other gear. It went to go feed to the right or left hand. That wasn't cool. Gotta love that. Tighten that back down. All right. Let's try this again. Letter 0. We're going to feed in 10 thou. I'll set you guys over here so you can see the cuts. We could actually even speed this up. You know what? I'm even going to speed this up faster. Let's go 1255. We got a lot to do here. Making some good chips. Some nice long cuts out of this. It's when you use a vacuum to clean up chips like this. I bet they don't have an aluminum magnet. Not bad. Okay, let's go ahead, let's dial in. Let's see, we had 10. Let's do 15 thou. So we were at 10, so we need to go 25 thou. And I think, yeah, we'll leave it. Well, let's go up to 2 grand. Let's see what she does at 2 grand. So about 2,000 RPM, 15 thou depth of cut. So 30 thou off the total diameter, which we're at 26, so it dove in a little bit. About 1.5 thou it pulled in, but that's fine. We got a lot to go still. Got a lot of material you got to plow through. That's a pretty neat little chip. Almost like a spring. Got a lot of material to remove on a very long piece. Might as well get with it. This time I won't let the tool drag. I'll pull it out and slide it back. Just ginning right along. I actually got a pretty good finish. You know. Crank it back. Okay. Alright, let's see where we're at. Diameter wise, and see if we've got any tape or anything to worry about. And we're at 1 inch 950. Let's see, wait a minute. 1953. 1954. And down here 1956. So 2/10 taper, or 2 thou actually, yeah, 2 thou taper over that, which I had my I need to adjust my tailstock because I let's check that again to see. Thought I got it straight, but you know, things move. Yeah, 1952, 1954, and 1955. Huh, there we go. We got some paper in it. Well, let's do a little adjustment then. Because I was cutting some tapers on some stuff here recently, so I will at a distance so I don't bump you guys around a lot. Move this out of the way, and we'll take this opportunity because we're doing a long cut. Excuse me. So yeah, some of those are coming out pretty good. They were actually almost looking like little here, I'll show you. It's actually pretty good, almost looking like little springs in a sense. You can see some of those there. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to get our tailstock back on center as it should be. So everything on here is metric, and the most common one is 4, 5, and 6 on here with everything. And I keep these T-handle ones handy right here. So narrow here and wide there. So we need to go that way. Need to slide it 2 thou or ish. Well, let's go 2 thou that way. So, whoop, wrong one. It's a 5. That's going to be 5 and 6, not 4. I don't know where I got some 4 from. Okay. Where is it? It's 5. Okay, it's 5 all the way around. All right. We'll just use 5. All right. So we unlock it at the back. There's a screw at the back. There we go. Oh, that moved. Interesting. What I need to do first, so I know how much we're moving, let's pull out Noga. Now, when I am not using my indicators, I always put them up because I have nearly broken one or two or several, or for those of you that do this for a living, you know what I'm talking about. Me garage guys, even the cheap ones, I'm picky. So let's see, we're going to do a couple thou, pick one, and I've got it put up over here. Of course I do. So yeah, it's always live and unedited. So I have one over here that is, oh, that's a tense. I don't need a tense. Well, we'll do a tense. That'll work. Yeah, let's do a tense. Good old vintage. Actually, you don't need tense. Yeah, that'll work. Decisions. Which one do you use? Here's a thousandths indicator. Let's use this one. Oh no, let's use a tenths. We'll pull out an old Federal, an old C21 here, digging through the pile of, so we're going to hook that one up. Now this one should be able to, right on the top, which I've got a little adapter thing I made for these, but let's do this. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do this. Actually, that is going to be a huge pain in the butt because we're short. Where is my little adapter? I'm trying to think. I had it set up. I've got it put up. This one here. Actually, you know what? Instead of using the Noga, okay, because not everybody has a Noga, there's a million ways to do things. Let's do this. Let's say we didn't have a Noga, or let's say we didn't have any way to hold, no, even an import holder. Let's do this like before Noga. Okay, let's kind of like let's problem solve. Let's do this without the Noga. So we've got our Starrett old school. It's a thousandths indicator, 25-441S. Old school vintage with an import magnetic deal that goes on the back. Okay, let's problem solve because there's always more than one way to do things. I'll move you guys over here and I'll show you. So again, try to get everything set. So let's play the game of, we don't have a indicator holder. Okay, let's say we're a hobbyist that just started out, which I know there's a lot of you guys out there that have been watching me lately, and you're new into the hobby, and yes, it can be expensive, and it seems overwhelming at times. Okay, it really does. So you've got your indicator, and you can get these at Shars. You've got to be careful with them. If you grab here and pull, you can snap that off, because all it does, they actually send you a little plastic back. Okay, that you may have to turn it down on the outside just a little bit to get it to fit, but it's just a little plastic deal. Okay, you can remake these out of brass or whatever, and then they just screw in. I guess if you want, I mean, they're like a couple of bucks. So get that. And so when I go to pull it, I always make sure I grab. You can see the finger wear marks. I always make sure that I grab the magnet. Don't get in a hurry. Okay, let's make sure we're out there. Okay, let's play the game of, we do not have an indicator holder, but we want to see how much travel, because we are narrow at this end and wide at that end, which means we're too far in. And we'll do this several times. So let's, and it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but I'm trying to think if I go up here like this. Again, this is how you get creative on the fly. How do I check? And we don't want to change our tool setup. I'm trying to think what would be, actually, we're just going to set it right here, okay? I'm trying to overthink this. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to set it right on top here. And of course it's going to have a lot of preload in it because of where it sits. So it's setting right on top of the compound. Alright. I'll bring you guys over here so you can see. Because this is where it gets interesting. So I'll try to show you guys over the shoulder. Alright. So here we go. Alright, here's the setup. Alright. So there's two jack screws here on either side. We've got our indicator set up. It's just set on here, preloaded. And we're just going to go ahead and call that 0. Okay. whatever it is. We're just going to call that 0. Okay. Now what I should have done is I should have put this on here before I loosen that, because you guys heard that pop. Okay, so we heard something go boom, which could have been, I don't know which way it moved. So here's a learning point. This is where we stop and we reflect and go, okay, shoulda, coulda, woulda. What we should have done, now that we look back, we should have put the indicator on there first before I loosened that back blocking screw. Sorry. Anyway, because we don't know which way something could have moved a couple of tenths, because we want to get this dialed in down to like pretty much dead nuts, literally. I think within a tenth or a half, let's say within a thou, literally, because we know there's going to be flex over 28 inches. Okay, so right now we measured 3 because we're narrow here and we're wide there. So the tailstock needs to go away from us a little bit. So what I'm going to do first, before we make a cut, or correction, before we, let's take this as an opportunity. This is, again, this is why I do the videos, guys. So before we make another adjustment, let's take one more light cut. Actually, let's go ahead and move 1/1000th away, and then we'll take a cut and we'll measure. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so all right, so we're zeroed there, and I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'll try to zoom in here, and okay, you should be able to see it there. Pardon me if I get in the way. Okay, so we should be able to, let's see, we're loose at the back. Let me grab some shorter metric Allen wrenches. Believe it or not, this is how I unwind at the end of the day. So now we've got a shorter Allen wrench. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to make sure I don't get in front of the camera here. If I do, sorry. Okay. Okay. And these are right hand thread. Okay. Okay, by loosening it right there, it backed off. When I loosened that right there, that pop, you guys could see it, it moved 2/10. Okay. Or actually, it moved, no, it moved 2 thou. 1, 2, yeah, it moved 2 thou when I loosened it. Pardon me. That was a food ghost. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, because we know it has 2/10 preload. Let's do, there's a tenth, or not tenth, I'm sorry, a thou. I stand corrected. It moved 2/1000ths when I loosened it. Let's go ahead and tighten it back and see if we get that 2 thou. Yep. And so as I tighten it, I take it back to 2. I don't know if you guys have been able to see that. So when I loosened it, it moved from 0 to there. So when I tightened it back to 2. So let's, right there, let's make a cut, and I'll have you guys sit here and you get to see it from the end, the flying chips. Okay, so, which we'll have to re-zero this anyway. I'll leave that there. That'll be fine there. We'll leave that there. Pull the indicator off. We'll set it up there out of the way. Okay, and let's, okay, we locked that back. Okay, make sure that's still loose. Okay, that's still loose. Okay, all right. Now we'll come up here, find boom, boom. All right, here we go. E-stop out. Interesting. E-stop button's getting loose. I'm gonna have to open my panel and look at that. All right, here we go. Dial in 10. Oh, look at that. Look at that nice long one. Nice and hot too. Oh, beautiful. That's like making aluminum springs right there. That was a big old deep cut. We were making some serious springs right there. All right, let's do a quick measurement on diameters and see where we're at. All right. And measure just right here. 1904. That's 1903. That's 1903. Because it's kind of fuzzy. Okay, 1904. I think we went the other way. And then here is, again, it's got some fuzziness on the top. 1902. We went the other way. So, we went the other way. So it's kind of, and I say fuzzy, you can feel it's kind of has little burrs. If there we go. So it's almost the end of this video. We'll go ahead and because I want to keep showing you guys everything. I want to show you all the way through. We'll go ahead. We'll call that the end of this video, and then I'll start right back up. No breaks. But I gotta say it at the end of every video. You know, thank you to All Industrial Tool Supply, you guys. Go check them out. Look at the information in the description link at the bottom. Thank you, Jeff Perry. You guys at All Industrial Tool Supply, you guys are awesome. And I say at the end of every video, and I truly do mean it. Take care of yourself and take care of your family, because at the end of the day, you and your family is all you got. Watching the next video. Let's keep going on. See you in just a second. Bye-bye.